is making a massive effort this quarter to put some real pressure on them. Don't let them get outside. Rory, need a lift out of step 26. Jack up. Alright, really need to get on top of him.
You got him, mate, come on.
Knee in the backside, knee in the ridge, and fix him right up. Every time you go in here, make him hurt.
Beat him before, Roy.
Stewie Knight to do their coach, number 3, going to run with him. Kaz with 22 Knights, just to annoy the crap out of him. A bit more physical presence on him. They're bumping around, every time the ball's in the air, bang, he's getting hit. Let's see what happens from there. Kicking is better under pressure, that's what we've got to continue to do. Kicking under pressure, get onto your boot, get it forward. Now, mark all 3 kicks. Alright, we're starting to pull back to when we're going slow. We need to take the game on. Alright, now forwards have got to be more active. We've got to be more active. Constantly, it's not just one lead and then that's it, it's got to be another one and another one. And that's what it happened. Half made room for someone else at the back, there was a hole that presented, and that's what we've got to do. Same out of defence. We've got to move it on quicker. Alright, they're having a shot at goal, and then we're just walking around. Get ready to get into the huddle. Put some pressure back on them. It's the team stuff. We spoke about at the start of the game, the team stuff will win it. We stay to what we practice, and take that game on, we'll win it. And that's what we need to do. Now kick in, get in, move it on quick. Spread hard. Press. Every time, backman. The ball is in there forward line in the pocket, and you wait to walk in the other way. What's that do? Space. It gives them fucking space! You press harder! If they're big down in the pocket, you press up, not back! You press up, give them no space! They look up and go, fuck, what are we doing here? There's ball white jumpers everywhere. Put them under the pump! Pressure it! Go, fuck it, let's go! And you backmen must take that on! Rory, Drewy, Ponce, Stewie, Cass, get up! Don't go back! Press them up! And make a difference. Keep it inside our 50. Alright, we've moved the side around. Alright, back in stage the same. Alright, Troy, you're doing a good job on.
You are, Troy.
Alright, Ponce, you always had a stick. Great job. Alright,
good one.
Well, welcome all and welcome viewers to the Barry Peatling Show.
Yeah, we're back again, Colin, and on this rather reasonably mild day today, Colin. Last week was 2 below. Now it's a nice, reasonably warm day. Very good.
18 degrees, they say, so quite warm for the middle of winter. We had a very, very jam-packed weekend of sport.
We have. We've got a little bit to talk about. Not much to talk about Chelsea, but yeah, there's a bit going on.
Cricket and footy.
Not too happy about the cricket result either.
Yeah, we'll talk about
that later. Viewers, keep tuned.
Hang on. But firstly, we'll go through a little bit of days gone by.
Bit of memorabilia,
Colin. This is in the 70s.
Nothing wrong with that.
Runners up. Who are you playing for here? Woodend, and this is the old Merv Hughes' dad, Ian Hughes.
Yeah, he's been up a few times, this photo, and that's his old man.
And there's your mate Sully.
And everyone used to congratulate each other. The wrong person sometime, and I got
a little bit confused. You sort of
we were pretty much alike there, weren't we?
You have a similar grimace about you.
Yeah, about the same build too.
Similar build.
Good football too, Kevin Sullivan. Hope you're watching Caselli up in Woodend.
Caselli?
No.
Up there, Caselli.
I hope you're watching the Sally. Kevin Sullivan. We used to call him Sally.
Oh, fair enough.
Still up in Woodend.
So that was your last year professionally.
Yeah.
Did you play football after that?
Oh yeah, I played I played Pakenham, played a couple of sides there, just mucking around and Super Rules and whatnot. Super Rules in the 80s there.
That sort of thing. Now, what's going on down here?
And that was the grand final party, Colin. That day we got beaten in the grand final. I didn't tell you the score, did we? We kicked 2 goals 23, and I kicked, it was 1-7 or 1-6. Disgusting.
Yeah, so...
And I lost it, I backed Woodend to win that grand final that day too. I mean, made me make $50 on it.
Oh, boy, that
I wasn't very happy.
That's like a week's
wages. I was bashing a few players the last 10 minutes of the game to get me frustration out, but...
Oh, boy.
Anyway.
I knew you were going to go out with a bang.
Yeah. And that was a party after that Saturday night, and there's one little darling, Rosemary Connor, was taking her out for a while. Nearly married her. Well, when I say nearly, sort of, she's a nice little lady. That was Janice O'Connor, sister.
Oh, there you go.
He was a star, Dennis O'Connor.
There's your daughter.
And there's a
again.
photo model daughter.
Yeah.
She'll probably like that. She watched the video.
And what's down here?
And there's a photo of Tommy Hakey and myself at the St Ignatius reunion in Richmond about 3 years ago. And he was a guest speaker
Okay.
and spoke very well too.
Yeah.
But I knew him very well before he played, when he was playing for Richmond back in the late 50s.
Yep. So he's a few years older than yourself, though.
Oh, a long time. Long time.
He was about a generation in front. Yeah.
He had a milk bar
Oh.
in Bridge Road, Richmond, and everybody used to go there, and I still owe him about 12 and sixpence.
Uh-oh.
Used to be able to
I hope he doesn't watch this video.
we used to be able to tick up, my mate PH, we used to go up there, we used to sort of tick up things and
Might want his
get a
money
free
back.
mould of milk or something. But he
Anyway.
was a good fella, Tommy Hakey.
Anyway. Okay, Barry, got a lot to talk about today.
Oh, not too much, Colin.
Well, we do. There's
Not
a
too
lot
much about the Chelsea Football Club. But
Well,
anyway.
we still have a lot to talk about, and people want to hear your comments and the views
Well, I'll hear it,
of
all right.
myself as well. So we'll get into the local comp before we get into the world news. What were the weather and conditions like on Saturday?
It was a bit dull Saturday, Colin.
Mhm.
We had a little couple of 2 or 3 light showers during the day, but no.
It was threatening.
It was threatening too. I was wishing I had an umbrella at one stage there, but I put up with it and got over it and stopped raining. It was a perfect day for football.
All right, give us the changes.
Changes out was Matty Gardner, Nicky Allsop. Apparently Nicky Allsop, he was going right too. He's gone walkabout, I think.
Mm.
And Jesse O'Dell, I think he was out too. But in came was Truey, Gavin Marusik and Bywaters. It wasn't very long on the ground, Bywaters. I don't think
You're pretty hopeful with the inclusions.
there were some good inclusions, yeah, but Bywaters didn't last very long. I don't think he should have played. He looked a bit wobbly before he went out on the ground.
All right, well, give us the summary of the first half.
Well, the first half we started very well, Colin. The first quarter, not the first. In the first quarter we started off very, very well. The score was 2-something to 1-something, but we was keeping up with them, and there wasn't much in us. So I said that the coach going off the ground a quarter time. I said, we're a bit of a chance here.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, yeah. Of course, in the second quarter, about halfway through the second quarter, they just started to get going, and half-time scores were 6-3 to 2-5. They kicked 4 goals. We kicked 1.
So it was still close.
It was. Well,
It
we
was
were
20,
in the
20,
game.
24 points.
We was in the game with
Yeah.
3 or 4 goals behind.
And then
The
what
second
happened?
half, the second half is the same old story. We just we stopped running, stopped chasing, stopped manning up, and they just took over, and they were a pretty good side. I tell you, who was their main players? Just forgetting now, but
We've got a few good players. This is Mornington, is it?
right there, that fella from Carlton. What's his first name?
Got a fellow from Carlton. But
Actually, Anthony Francina.
Anthony.
He kicked about 5 goals.
oh, okay, he's a bit of a star.
And there was.
So third quarter blew apart.
Look, the second half of the game, they
Mm.
kicked 18 goals.
Mm.
To
What
us, 3 or something.
Okay.
18 goals, 8.
So you lost like 100 points in the in the second half.
Yeah, second half, it's.
Did you have the final scores at all?
No, I'll just give it. In the first half, Bradley Clark, he played a good game all day. He was doing a good job. Marusik was going all right in the first half, but then he got injured. I think he's done his shoulder. Who else was going? Travis Graham was going all right too. 2-2 was playing very well in the first half, Colin. He kept us in the game for a while. But now the final scores, Colin, were Chelsea 8 goals 9 to Mornington 25 goals 14.
Okay then, before we get to the best players and votes, tell us about your goal kickers.
Well, Hudson Thomas, he only had half a dozen possessions. We kicked 3 nice goals and took 2 or 3 very good marks, Colin. Jurassic kicked 1, Stewie kicked 1. He played a fair game. Stewie tried hard all day. Lancaster kicked 2 beautiful goals.
Right.
Bobby Lancaster, and Rory Grigg kicked a goal.
Oh, okay, so those are the goal kickers. Give us your group of best players.
Well, after half time, Colin, there was hardly any players to put in. There was you can hardly find a good player. I mean, Bradley Clark, he battled hard all day, and I said Marusik went off at half time, but now the best players, not in order. Thomas with 3 goals and 3 very good goals. Marusik was killing early, but went off. 2-2 played brilliantly in the first half, but died off a bit. But Graham and Jackson Arthur actually Jackson Arts and Joel Conley tried all right. They tried pretty well in the ruck, and they tried to, just couldn't get any drive from the middle of the ground, but they did play well in the ruck.
Fair enough. Okay, well, give us your votes then. One vote.
One vote for 2-2 for a pretty solid game on the weekend, Conley. He had a bit of a gash. He had
Come back from injury.
Yeah, he came back pretty well. Two votes.
Two votes.
Two votes to Hudson Thomas for his 3 very good goals.
Okay, didn't touch the ball that much though.
Oh, he took a few marks. He's the
3 votes?
3 votes to Bradley Clark, who played a good game all day. Very good play.
I have a feeling he might be leading our best and fairest.
Well, I don't know, but he played a very good game. He's a classy man, a classy footballer. He
come up through the ranks and been very consistent.
Well, I tip he's going to be. I'm told he's in the top group now as a player, and he did play a very good game. Bradley, well done.
Excellent. All right, give us your comments on the game then.
Well, I don't know what's going on. I mean, we look reasonably fit. The last 2 weeks we've just been blown away in the second half, Colin. I mean, what is going on? They just won't man up. In one part in the last quarter, there was about 4 or 5 players on their forward line on their own. It was coming out the back line, and the fellow delivered the ball, they have 3 or 4 choices to kick to their forward.
So what do you reckon the big problem is?
They're just not manning up. And I mean, it's a simple thing when you're playing football. If you're a forward, you keep away from your forward, keep away from your backman. And when you're a forward, the backman, you've got to stick with him, right in him, hang on to him.
Now, are there rumblings in the club?
No, well, there's a few. I took some video. Some of the players got up after the game and in the rooms and said a few words. And there's still a little bit of disharmony, Colin, in the club. But I told you a few weeks ago, it doesn't go too well when you're out on the ground. It doesn't.
No, you need to.
You've got to get together and play as a team. And there's they spoke their mind after the game, which is pretty good, and it's good to see too. And we're just fading out. I mean, what is going on? We look pretty fit.
Okay. Any further comments?
Well, what I said before, they've kicked 18 goals in 2 quarters, Colin. I mean, think about it, 18 goals, 9 goals a quarter.
So we've got a problem with our defence.
We just don't man up. We're too loose.
So that's the biggest issue. If you reckon they just start manning up, it's basically a pretty simple game, isn't it?
Very simple. You go out on the ground, you're a half-back flank, you stay with him, hang on to him, whatever. If you're a full-back, just hold on his back, hold on his neck, and then you just stay with him. But don't give him 2 or 3 yards, because at 2 or 3 yards, the ball's gone. The game's over. And it just get in your mind, Chelsea backman. Just stay with your man and just don't give him an inch. If you give him an inch, if he tries to get away, just give him a whack or something. Kick him in the ankle or something. Do something different.
Do something.
Well, you do, John Kennedy. Do something.
So don't say it, just do it.
Do it. And that's, I mean, the ball wasn't down there forward line much in the second half. It wasn't down there much at all. I think we kicked 3 goals for the half.
Well, there you go. Some words of wisdom from Barry Peatling.
Kicked 18 goals, 6.
So maybe they could do pre-game, they could show this video.
Oh, look, it's a simple game football. You just go out there, you man up and try and get the ball, kick a goal or whatever, and try and deliver the ball and take a good mark. It's not too complicated, Colin. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. If you're fit, you just get out there and try and beat your opponent if you're a backman, and same as you're in forward line.
So what's next week?
Coringal.
At Coringal.
No, is it YCW?
It'll be YCW.
I think it's Coringal.
Oh, we'll get a little clarification on that in a minute.
It won't take 2 seconds to get this. There we are. Coringal, at Coringal.
Okay, so there we go.
So just be prepared next week.
Be prepared for maybe a loss?
Well, be prepared to just get stuck into them, give them a bash and slow them.
So we need to just to concentrate on defence. So that was the news of the week as regards to local competition. What about the Tigers?
Well, I watched the Tigers, and it turned out a pretty good win, Colin. They won by 10 points or 8 points, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was pouring rain the last half. It was a good old slog, but they got through it. Thank God.
Right, and they won. It was a danger game.
They're not going to play there ever again.
Danger game.
If they play them next year, I'm going to stop calling. No, they run out of that deal.
Contract.
No more Cairns football.
So that'll be good. So maybe St Kilda come back. Richmond come back home and they
they've got some big games coming up.
It wasn't too hot there. It was about 24, 25.
The humidity's about 300%.
Yeah.
But we've got some big, not big games. It's a tough game. We've got Fremantle, Hawthorn, and another top side too coming up the next 3 or 4 weeks. So I'll test the Tigers out.
So you're still thinking top 4?
Yep.
Some people are saying they might slip out of the 8.
Well, some people are a bit stupid, aren't they? Aren't they?
I've
Keep
just
your
been
mind
hearing
up. Richmond's a very good side, you people out there.
Alright, some words of wisdom. Wow, what about the first test ended in controversial circumstances? It was almost going to be a shock win to Australia.
Well, I told they were going to win, but you said they couldn't win. I watched the last hour, and I'll tell you what, Haddon and that, who was the other fellow batting with him?
Pattinson.
Patterson, he bats very well, that fellow. Not a left-hander. It's a very bad way to end a test on a controversial go to the third umpire. I watched it, and it wasn't...
Well, gave it out.
They
gave it out.
I know they gave it out.
No, he didn't give it out. He didn't give it out.
No,
and then they
the third man up the stairs, up the roof, up in the clouds. He
man in the clouds.
He said, he checked the first part of it. He said, no, I want to check the sound. Where's he get the sound from? His microphone.
They got a microphone on the speakers, on the stumps. We do. I heard it clear as a bell.
You do. You didn't hear. I didn't hear it.
I've got
anyway,
20/20 hearing.
I've got very good hearing, Colin.
I've got 20/20 hearing
from over there, as a matter of fact. But it was a very not a good way to win a test, I wouldn't think. What about the decision in the first innings in there? And Michael Clark, that fella, bowled. Who was the fella? His name's Broad.
Yeah.
He bowled, and the fella. Oh, wait a minute. Who got the decision? It was whatever it was hit the bat.
Okay. Oh yeah, that was Agar. Agar bowled and it hit the bat. And
that's right. Yeah.
It was Clark. We lost you for a minute there.
And they wouldn't walk.
No, they wouldn't walk. It was Broad wouldn't walk, exactly.
And he hit the bat that far inside his...
we lost you for a second there, but what you're trying to say is that this they need to get the DRS right. They need to get that review system.
Pretty could see the ball hit the bat halfway up the bat. This one with Haddon was just the finest of nick the bat that much.
He hit it though. So.
Don't think so. I don't reckon it is. I reckon it's rigged.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, it's not a good way. I wouldn't be too happy if I was...
It was exciting anyway. It was exciting. They got right to the end and they did a really good job. Hats off to Haddon and Pattinson.
Patterson batted very well.
Yeah, and Pattinson as well.
Patterson, Pattinson, whatever you call himself. Yeah. But he showed a fair bit of...
mongrel.
He's got a good future as a tail-end batsman for sure.
So we look forward to the next test on Thursday, which is Lord. So we'll get
Thursday.
We'll get the full updates on next Monday. It might be exciting end, or we might have finished.
I reckon I'll be back in Australia next week.
Putting money on the
I'll be back in Australia. Probably get 2-1.
All right. Well, that's it for the cricket and football. Any Cheerios?
Yeah, I heard from my old China played China played PH last week. He told me about his operation. It went very well. So he's very happy about that, and he would have watched that game with Cairns, I think. Phil, wouldn't you? I think you would have been there to watch the Tigers. And
health permitting.
Oh, he's all right. He can walk around all right. But of course, Lloyder and all the crew up in the Philippines. Joe Van, Adrian, Jimmy the cook, and my little lady Annie and Carla. She just got a couple of new photos on Facebook. She's a very attractive little girl. And all my friends in the United Kingdom. Keep watching.
You got your photos from Anna?
Which photos?
I saw a whole bunch of photos there.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'll have a look at them later. On my Facebook?
No, on actual photos, actual paper photos.
Oh yeah, I got them. Yeah, I've got to put them in frames here.
Okay.
But
and Latvians.
And the Latvians and of course, the United Kingdom, they were pretty short. And Tony
Pepperoni.
Tony from Latvia. We're not going too fast, mate. I don't know what's going to happen with the...
You're thinking about going to Latvia?
Might go there for a weekend and see Tony and see what's going on with the Latvians. But apart from that, that's all for me today.
And that's goodbye from me.
Bye-bye.
He's making a massive effort this quarter to put some real pressure on him. Don't let him get outside. Rory, needs this, and it's step 26. Jack up. Alright, really need to get on top of this.
You got him, mate, come on.
Knee in the backside, knee in the ridge, and I'll fix him right up. Every time you go in here, make him hurt.
Beat him before, Rory.
Stewie Knight is their coach, number 3, going to run with him. Kaz with 23 guys, just to annoy the crap out of him. A bit more physical presence on him. They're bumping around, every time the ball's in the air, bang, he's getting hit. Let's see what happens from there. Kicking's better under pressure, that's what we've got to continue to do. Kicking under pressure, get onto your boot, get it forward. Now, mark all 3 kicks. Alright, we're starting to pull back to when we're going slow. We need to take the game on. Alright, now forward's got to be more active. We've got to be more active. Constantly, it's not just one lead and then that's it. It's got to be another one and another one. And that's what had happened. Half made room for someone else at the back. There was a hole that presented, and that's what we've got to do. Same out of defence. We've got to move it on quicker. Alright, we're having a shot at goal, and then we're just walking around. Get ready to get into the huddle. Put some pressure back on them. It's the team stuff. We spoke about at the start of the game. The team stuff will win it. We stay to what we practice and take that game on, we'll win it. And that's what we need to do. Now kick in, get in, move it on quick. Spread hard. Press. Every time, backman. The ball's in there forward line in the pocket, and you like to walk in the other way. What's that do? Space. It gives them fucking space! You press harder! If they're big down in the pocket, you press up, not back. You press up, give them no space. They look up and go, fuck, what are we doing here? There's ball white jumpers everywhere. Put them under the pump! Pressure them! Go, fuck it, let's go! And you backmen must take that on! Rory, Truey, Ponce, Stewie, Cass, get up! Don't go back! Press them up! And make a difference. Keep it inside our 50. Alright, we've moved the side around. Alright, back in stage straight. Alright, Troy, you open a good job on.
You are, Troy.
Alright, Ponce, you always had a stick. Great job. Alright,
Good one.
Alright, Hearts, let's go to the wing. We want a big and a long kick from the wing to work glass off. Alright, okay, up the ground really well. We're going to be looking for you for that switch and stay lateral. I know you play the role really well. Troy on the other wing. Okay, same with you. Alright, plenty of work for you to the young boys.
You've got to work well with the team. It starts with something. I don't care who you are. I don't care how late you work. You fucking show up. You do something. And that's where it starts. Fair enough, we're young, but we're all going to stick together. And it's just hurting. It's hurting now that you got it. Cutting the fucking bed. You've been stuff a long time. It's getting, we've got to do something about it. So everyone's just got to get the training and stick together. And get it at heart.
We just train that fucking 55 boys.
Started 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he's doing nothing.
We've been saying all year.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago on Tuesday, we were 10 blokes.
Yeah, that's right.
You just got to hurt for them.
He's already heads down at half time because people playing bad games. We're still in the game at half time. That's it. Pick yourselves up, rest of the team's playing well. It's your own responsibility.
We actually we don't train as well. There's no excuse not to do something on Wednesday night.
Even if you are niggling injuries, trust me, a good run keeps going to right time and good.
I mean, all you talk shit.
You fucking talk the talk and don't do nothing. Alright? Every one of you guys that talk, said something there, didn't have a go today. Now look at yourselves in the mirror. Fucking come back on Tuesday night and have a go. Fuck me. All these guys come here every fucking week. Put up that shit. Look at yourselves. Stop blaming everybody else. Have a fucking go.